Hello guys, my name is Dr. Varun and here I'm back with 30 days, 30 most important topic for NEET 2025 biology.
Chalo, let's complete it.
In today's video, we're gonna be talking about the human reproduction, very important topic, high weightage chapter. So don't remove anything from your plan of studying. But the most important is I want to help you out with the menstrual cycle because there are different phases which are presented to it and there are a lot of things happening in it. So question can come directly from it that here this is happening or not happening. So this thing should be crystal clear so that you can understand the statements and remember the facts given in NCERT. So let's just dive into it. So first of all, remember that you have to remember that menstrual cycle consists of 4 phases. Line by line we have to remember. Number 1 is the menstrual phase, then comes the follicular phase, then comes the ovulatory phase, and then comes the secretory phase or the luteal phase. So what are they? We are writing it first. So all the 4 stages which are present in the menstrual cycle are, your first is the menstrual phase. After menstrual phase we have the follicular phase. After follicular phase we have ovulatory phase. And the last phase is the luteal phase, or it also called as secretory phase. Okay, so secretory or the luteal phase. Now inside it you have to remember that what is happening with the 4 different structures. What is happening over here? So what are the 4 structures that we have to study and simultaneously see? We have to see that everything, like this is related to reproductive organ. Reproductive organ has been taken care by the brain because the brain will send the hormones signals, then only the reproductive system will work. So in the brain there is what pituitary gland present which is working on it. Which part of the pituitary? Anterior pituitary. So if you haven't done the hormonal topic of this reproductive system, we have done it in the one shot for the endocrine glands. Okay, so you can check that out in the 30 days 30 more important topic. Here we are more concerned about the menstrual. So coming back to the major thing, what we have to remember, first we will see that what is happening with the anterior lobe of pituitary. So anterior lobe of pituitary, what is happening there? Okay, then after knowing that what is happening in the anterior lobe of pituitary, we have to learn the next thing. Next is what? Next we will be learning about that anterior lobe of pituitary will release something. What it will release? Either FHS or LH. So we have to remember that it will release 2 things. Either it will be FHS, which is gonadotropins, okay, or LH. 2 different types. What is when which one is releasing we will learn, okay, later. Then this hormone will go and act on the ovaries. So inside ovaries what is happening? Follicles are developing. So what would be the effect of these on the ovaries? So ovaries, what will happen inside the ovaries because of this? Now ovaries will release something and it will be what? It will be the hormones. So next thing we have to remember that what hormones are being released. Okay, so then we have to remember that ovarian hormones, that what is happening there with that. So we have to study about the ovarian hormones, and then we have to see that what is the effect of ovarian hormones on the uterus. So this is how it is connected. This thing is connecting to the ovary. Ovary is releasing something connecting to uterus for the female. Remember it. So it will be on what is the effect on the uterus. So this 4 thing we have to remember in all the 4 cycles. Now we are studying, NCERT says that on an average typically it is 28 to 29 days cycle. But in other females it can change. It can even goes to 30, 31, 32 days also. More or less it can happen. Okay, but normally in a female it is strict. Of course, it can be changed due to the dietary habits, pregnancy, or the stress and all of those things. But that is the secondary part. Okay, moving on, in R, we are taking it for 28 days. If there is a one question that could be asked to you, I will discuss it over here. So R cycle, we are taking it for 28 days. 28 days cycle. With reference to it only, we are writing it. First, what happened? The menstrual phase, you have to remember that how long it will last. So the menstrual phase lasts for 3 to 5 days. Next, after this, follicular phase start. Follicular phase is very variable. In different cycle, it is of different size. But for a 28 days cycle, it will start from 6th to 13th day. Okay. Then ovulation will occur on the 14th day. And your luteal phase will be for the last 14, like 15th to 28th day. This luteal phase is very fixed. If it is fixed, means of what? It will always, in all the cycles, this is very important to remember, it will be of 14 days only. And if it is a 14 days, so we can even calculate when the ovulation will occur. So we can even help them when to absent or absentee from the sexual intercourse, unprotected ones. Okay, so if the couple don't want baby. Okay, so this thing is from the next chapter also, reproductive health. So over there, this question can come. If you don't know how to solve this question, let me know in there. I will send the video for that also. Coming back onto the hormonal things. So here comes the most important topic of our syllabus. That is what is happening with the hormones. So first, pituitary hormones, we have to remember. In pituitary, during the menstrual phase, nothing is being released. Okay, so nothing will happen. Now, if nothing is happening at this phase, means this is not releasing anything, means what will happen? That whatever the hormone is released, it goes to the ovary. Now the ovary will like, nothing is coming, do nothing. So nothing is being done. Nothing done in the ovary. If ovary is doing nothing, means no hormones, ovarian hormones. What are the ovarian hormones? You have to remember two hormones are there, estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen is released more compared to progesterone. Okay, just remember that fact. So here nothing with the hormones also. So the uterus be like that you are not providing me any because whatever the hormones uterus, the ovary will provide, it goes to the uterus and uterus will maintain the lining. Uterus will say that if the hormones are not coming, why should I be maintaining this lining? I will cut off this lining. So what will happen? The uterus lining, endometrium lining, and the blood vessels which are present there, they shed off and it comes out from the vagina as a thick blood discharge. Okay, mucus discharge. And that is what the bleeding days of the menstrual cycle. And if someone will ask like how to tackle care with this thing, so there are many gadgets, many devices available in the market which can help the female to do their regular day-to-day activity when the bleeding is also there. So one thing is sanitary napkins. So boys, don't think it is diaper. I hope that these days boys are not that dumb, but at least of certain places the boys don't know much. So that's all okay. So sanitary pads, tampons, menstrual cups can help over here. Okay, then what is happening? So endometrium will shed off, bleeding will come out from the vagina. So uterus is doing what? Endometrium lining plus blood vessels shed off as blood from vagina. This you understood for about the menstrual phase. This is you have to remember. Coming up to the next thing. After menstrual phase, we have the follicular phase. Now in follicular phase, what will happen? Now the menstrual cycle is like that day is over. Now what will happen? The body will say that, okay, now you start again everything. The body is like, again? They were like, yeah, again. So pituitary start releasing the hormone. So what will happen? Your FHS will release. Okay. So FSH releases. Now these hormones will do what? This is a follicular stimulating hormone. So it will do what? It will stimulate the follicular development. So it stimulates follicular development. And if it is stimulating follicular development, then what will happen? Your primary follicle will form, secondary, tertiary, and Graafian follicle will, or mature follicle will form. So what will happen? Primary follicle will change into secondary follicle. Secondary follicle will change into tertiary follicle. And finally, by the end of this, like 12th day or 13th day, there will be formation of what? Graafian follicle or the mature follicle. Now these follicle will do what? These follicle will release what? Ovarian hormones. So they will release what? It will release estrogen. Only estrogen will be released. Now this estrogen, which is released by this developing follicle, will goes into the uterus and will say to the uterus, I am coming, maintain the lining. Okay, so it's like, okay, you are coming, then I will maintain the lining. The uterus will start preparing the endometrium lining, next endometrium lining. So under the effect of this will start endometrium growth, and it will thicken up, increase its size slowly. Of course it will thicken up, endometrium growth will occur. Okay, this is all about the follicular phase. So what happened in the follicular phase? This FHS release, FHS goes on the ovary, follicle develops, follicle will release estrogen, estrogen will get on the uterus, uterus will make the lining in the female. Next come the next one, that is the ovulatory phase. In the ovulatory phase, what will happen? During, wait a second, the color this. In the ovulatory phase, ovulation will occur. So means what will happen here in your this area, here the FHS and LH will secrete in the bump. Means a lot of them, like pituitary is doing like take all, like, or maybe like when you see that reels, not like that when the god is making Sagittarius, when the god is making Capricorns, so they release it. Lot of things has been down. Okay, so the same thing that here the brain will like take it all. So there will be what? High amount of LH and FH. So we call it what? A surge. High release, increase release will occur. Now if something is released increasingly, then what will happen? If you will get a lot of money, you will get crazy, right? So same thing, that craziness happen with what? With the follicles, because this thing will directly come to the follicle. The follicle, the Graafian follicle is like, what would I do? Let's just burst. So follicle just burst. Okay, so what will happen? It will rupture. Rupture means breakdown. Okay, rupture of Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle and secondary oocyte released, which will form what? Future egg. Okay, after the sperm will come. So it will released. Okay, understood. If they have released, that is the only thing you have to remember. Meanwhile, the ruptured ruptured Graafian follicle, it will keep on releasing estrogen, progesterone. Means over here also, this is for a day. Okay, so we are not even considering it whether the lining would be there or not, but the lining will sustain over here. Just remember this fact. Okay, so moving on to the next one, that is the luteal phase. In the luteal phase, what happened? That over here, your FHS and LH level decreases. Okay, so FHS level decreases. So it is what? LH and FH levels. Okay, sorry, the F decrease compared to the surge. Okay, so but what happened? The LH will keep on secreting. So over here, it reduces, but LH keeps on secreting. It's still present. Now the LH will do what? It will make and it will sustain what? Corpus luteum. Corpus luteum is what? Condensed Graafian follicle. So this ruptured Graafian follicle changed like when the LH is being secreted, the ruptured Graafian follicle, it condensed and changed to what? Corpus luteum. And this corpus luteum will do what? Of course, it has to release something. It will first release progesterone. Okay, so first it will release what? It will release progesterone, and later it will also start secreting estrogen. Both of this hormone will maintain what? It will maintain the endometrium lining. So maintain the endometrium lining. So what happened? Your LH will keep on secreting in this phase. It goes and it makes the ruptured Graafian follicle comes together and forming what? Corpus luteum. This corpus luteum for 14 days will keep on releasing what? Will releasing progesterone first, then estrogen first, which will keep on making the endometrium lining. If within the first 14 days the fertilized zygote came here and attached, everything is okay. If not, what will happen? Again, the first cycle will start again. What will happen? Your LH will stop. So initially what happened? FH has already reduced, stopped, LH also stopped. Then no one is able to sustain it. It will also stop releasing the hormones. Hormones are not coming. This will also shed off. That's all about the menstrual cycle. This table can help you to remember everything. Okay, just do this table and you are done with most of the concepts. After that, read NCERT, you will be able to understand everything. Well, I hope that you like this video. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Share it with your friend, or maybe not, because it's a competition. So we will keep this as a best kept secret. Well, that's all for this video. Thank you.